Hello, good morning, or whenever people are watching this on YouTube later. This is a Niwa author interview, and I'm here today with Disa Dawn, who's an author of fantasy, horror, science fiction, and even a memoir.
Oh,
Um, so let's start off with the memoir. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how things are going now with everything?
oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, the memoir.
yeah. It came out a
Yeah.
couple years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. That was rough. It was hard to write that. So back in 2018, I was diagnosed with a very nasty, aggressive, triple negative breast cancer. Yeah, it wasn't fun. So I spent the
What does
next
triple negative mean? Sorry,
triple
I'm not familiar
negative.
with
It's just a kind of cancer, uh,
that.
but it's really aggressive.
Hmm.
So I don't, you know what? I didn't look at all the details of my cancer because
Oh,
I said, I can't do that. I can't
yeah.
do that, right? Um,
Right.
but I know triple negative is really bad. And I had the most aggressive form. So it was duplicating itself like crazy. But from all of that, I wrote through chemo and I ended up with like lymphedema and my bones are still a little creaky. So I'm still going through therapy for my bones, trying to get them back into shape. But through all of that, I wrote, and art really, it saved me. So I figured if I can put that somehow into words, maybe that can help somebody else going through it to continue to find something to latch onto, some hope, because any hobby can get you through the roughest times. And for me, it's writing.
Okay. Speaking of hope, though, so you've been described as a hope punk author.
Yes.
What does that mean exactly? What does that mean to you, and how does that manifest against across different genres? Because you've written in several different genres too.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a great
so,
question. Thank
oh,
you.
thanks.
Yeah. Hope punk is basically a subgenre of speculative fiction. So it's it's think about radical compassion, empathy, radical kindness, and how there's still terrible things that happen in Hope Punk, but how the characters work together in a positive way to solve solve like we can solve things, but to make it better for each other. So in my culture, the Chamorro culture from Guam and the Marianas, we actually have a concept, a core concept that encapsulates the idea of hope punk, and it's called anaphemalic. So anaphemalic basically means making life good for one another. So if my life is good, I can help to make your life good. If your life is good, that helps my life to be good. So it's really caring for your neighbor. And that's like a core concept of our culture. So for me, writing hope punk just makes sense in any genre because the idea is you're centering the characters positivity, hopefulness in dark times. I mean, we live in a world of this dichotomy, dark, light, all this sorts of stuff, but that doesn't mean we have to crumble to it and lose ourselves in a way. So I write in sci-fi, but the characters, how they approach a problem is not one person rising to be the hero. It's really the collective working together in a positive manner to affect change. So that can be done in any genre,
Right. Okay. That's cool, including horror. It sounds like because you have an
including horror.
entire.
Yeah, including horror, because hope punk doesn't necessarily mean everything works out, but
Mm,
like, what is your moral center? And have you protected it? And then
yes.
have you protected your community's moral center? And you can do that in horror. Like, I'm not going to throw my buddy to the bad guy, to save myself, though that happens. But I'm
Oh.
trying to say there's another way. Like, we don't have to sacrifice one another in order to achieve our goals. In fact, let's not.
Right. Yeah. So you've got the whole horror series, Tennessee, England.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
and that's set in Mariana Islands.
The
Right.
fourth book.
The fourth book only. Oh, okay.
The fourth book.
Where did she start off then?
She starts
Which,
off, well, I never quite name
and,
it. It's
oh,
like this, it's the town of St. James, but I've kept it purposefully ambiguous because it could be anywhere. And really, the town is funky. So maybe it doesn't really exist. We don't know. Maybe they're
Oh,
floating through the universe. I'm not sure. But it's kind of like the Pacific Northwest, because that's where we are. Well, you and
right.
I
Yeah.
think.
Yes, I am. Yeah, too.
Yeah, me too. So that's where I am now, and you. So then that's what I did. But what she is she's finding herself, and she's chasing her culture in a way, because she's Chamorro, and she's part of the diaspora. So she's left home a long time ago and was raised up in the States. So as we progress through the series, she's finding herself more. She's rooting herself into her culture. She's learning her language, and I'm integrating that throughout. And then by the time we get to book 4, which over there, she returns home to Guam in the Mariana Islands, and she travels around, and she gets to learn more about her roots and where she's from. And this all ties in to the supernatural elements of the story. It's kind of like a cozy supernatural adventure. There are horror bits, but it's not like slasher. I don't
Okay.
I don't do that.
So it's not slasher, it is horror, but it's more supernatural, you'd say, rather than
Yeah, it's more supernatural and just fun.
Okay. um so okay, so what role do the Mariana Islands play in that? So it sounds like the culture plays a really big deal in it, like from the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
and also
it does.
Okay.
It does. So the root of her, so in book 1, she's faced with a choice. She's basically dying from an aneurysm. She's an 80s loving mortician, and she's just kind of living life. And then suddenly she's presented with this choice of being mortal or immortal, and she chooses mortal. So now she has to wrangle demons, of course. And what we find as we go through the series is that the core of the supernatural element is actually related to her lineage. And she connects back with that in the Mariana Islands, and actually in the Marianas Trench. So that's kind of fun.
Oh, that does sound fun. Can you tell us a bit about your process too? When you're creating a new series like this, where do you start? With the character, or with the setting, or with the overall plot, or like how does it come together from that too?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, I tend to stay a little bit more fluid with where the energy is. So if the energy is in the character and that comes through first, like with Tennessee, that came through first, her name. Her name came through, and then I had the idea of, okay, she's going to be a mortician. I had the idea. It comes through, as you know, as a writer. It just kind of pops in there. And then we're just channels for what comes after. And so for her, it started with her name and then her job. And then the supernatural bits came together just through reconnecting with her. I would just sit. I would go to cemeteries. I love cemeteries, just to sit. And so I really connected with her there. And then I love the blank page. I know a lot of writers that can be challenging, but I love the blank page because you don't know what's going to happen. And you just start typing crap, and then it becomes beautiful. So, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
It's beautiful. But I think anything you put on the page is beautiful in its essence, because it's something that was nothing, and now it's there.
Yeah.
But my other process, as I was going through chemo, which is interesting because it was completely different, is I'd be, scrolling because, you feel terrible. So I was scrolling, and I found a lot of pre-mades, and the pre-made books covers.
You mean, covers. Okay.
Yeah, the book covers. Yeah. And the next 3 series were all from pre-mades, and it was just inspired by the cover art. Weird, right?
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah,
I feel I've heard of that with the old Pope fiction or Pope magazines. They would often do that. Start with an artist, have a drawing, and then give it to somebody to write the story.
Yeah, I find that so freeing. There's something about that it just, I love it. So now I'm kind of like doing that, looking out and seeing what I can grab.
And so you're a member of Niwa, the Northwest Independent Writers Association. How long have you been a member, and can you tell us about what resources you found through them, or how that's helped?
I think I joined in 2000. I think it was 2016, because I published my first book in 2017. And I just remember I wrote on the Facebook page that I published my first book. And I was so scared to even tell anybody I published my first book. But everybody at Niwa was so encouraging and welcoming. And I just thought, what, this is just this is an incredible group of people. I've been a member of other groups, and I haven't felt that like a sweet energy there. It's just a sweet energy. Yeah. And it was kind of hard because I got sick right after that, but I did manage to go to one book fair. I loved everybody. Everybody was so much fun and welcoming. And I'm not like overstating that. It's a really great group. If you need any help, they're there. And, you can find in some groups, people can hold tight to their wisdom. And I get that in a way, but Niwa is the opposite of that. They're like, let me share. And I love that.
But, yeah. So do you have any upcoming events or, in-person appearances anywhere?
Not yet, but I would like to do some Niwa events this year. I'm feeling pretty good. Awesome. I had a little something in January, but I'm better now.
Oh, good. Yeah. Good to hear. Okay. And where else could people find you then? Do you have a website or social media?
Yes.
Or anything else?
Yes, I'm terrible on Facebook, but I'm somewhat active on Instagram, but my website is the best place to get in touch with me, and that's just disadawn.com.
Okay. Great. Yeah. And we'll put those links in the video description below here.
Great.
So, and thank you very much. I think we're reached the end here. So did you have anything else you wanted to add at the last minute?
No, I just want to put out there that I'm incredibly proud of everybody doing art right now, especially with the upside down world we're living in and just the chaos. And I just appreciate everybody putting their hope out into the world, because it takes all of us. And thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Pat.